Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to Crendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, we're talking about Warhammer Old World, and I'm getting pretty excited about it, I'm not gonna lie. First, thank you to Games Workshop for sending me the Tomb King box early. I've been building a lot of it. I built my Bone Dragon. I'm gonna show it off in a second, and I'm gonna show everybody the size comparisons of the Bone Dragon to like some other models you might know and have seen in real life. And everything else I've been building is like skeletons, and you've seen skeletons, and then chariots, like just old stuff. But the Bone Dragon is new and cool. And so I've been really intrigued by Old World the more that I've read and the more that I've kind of learned about it. And it seems like they're taking a lot of the best things from all the old systems, like Warhammer, 5th and 6th and 7th edition, right? And they're kind of building this new old fantasy game about it, and it just seems really cool. Like, I love the being able to use the square bases on the little flank, rank and flank, whatever it's called. Why can't I think of the thing? Formations, right? And I think the big thing for me is getting that nostalgia hit, because back in 7th grade is when I got into Warhammer, and that's when I got Lizardmen. And I remember reading that old book. I have it back there. I've showed it off, but it's like the old 5th or 6th edition fantasy book, and being so confused, being like, well, I don't know what this is. And I'm still confused reading through these rule books because they're thick, man. But it's just, I'm so excited to be able to actually play that version of Warhammer, because that's what I kind of grew up wanting to play. And sure, I still love playing Sigmar and 40K and all these things, but it's going to be fun to actually play that style. And so I think it's gonna be fun doing things like paying points for upgrades on heroes, paying points for weapons, having each model cost points instead of like a whole unit. It's just gonna be an entirely new experience, and so many weird, wacky rules, like heroes dueling each other. I'm just really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to actually using some of my old or some of my current armies for the old world. So like Beasts of Chaos, right? My entire Beasts of Chaos army is straight up from like 2007, right? Because all the models are like ancient. And so same with like Skaven, right? And so I ended up buying some like base converters so that I can put the circular bases into the square bases so that I don't have to like rebase all of them and then like go back and forth or whatever. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm gonna, because I mean, there's going to be so many things like mutations and upgrades that might make those armies fun compared to like Sigmar, where you're just like, well, I take the same artifact and the same command trait, and that's it. Depending on your book, some books are much better than others, but Beast of Chaos specifically is what I keep referencing, because it's like, I take the one where it's like the horn, you blow it on a 2-up, you get gores, and then on a 1, they come in the next turn. You still get them. But it's like a free pack of gores, so I always take that. And then there's like the one that gives you plus to your casting based on the battle round, and then the other Beast of Chaos one is you give it to a guy, and on a 2-up last strike, you give it to your Doom Bull or like a hero, and they charge in, and then it's like your last strike, and then you hit them for like 800 mortal wounds. And that's pretty much how you play Beast of Chaos. So I'm hoping that I actually really want to make Dragon Ogre Shaggoth really good, because I'm like, dude, he's just constantly bad. They won't buff him. He's like 10 wounds. I'm just like, please, Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, I want you to be good. And I'm hoping I can like just make him good in fantasy. Please, just be good at something. If you're only good in the old world, that's fine with me. I'll take it. But here, let's jump over here and take a look. So let me move my microphone over here. Whoop. This is my area. Here we go. All right. And then let me go ahead and get over here to my desk. All right, so here is the Bone Dragon. Let me move everything out of the way. As you can see, this guy is long. He is like, his head starts here, and then you go and you go and you go, and his tail ends all the way back here. He is like, he's literally like a $5 foot long. Like, look at this guy. So first off, he's also a fantastic model. I really love this model. Just like looking up close, all the little details and stuff. You can see there all the, he's kind of like a modern zombie dragon. I just built a zombie dragon for Flesh Eater Courts, and he was much easier to build than that. Especially getting all his, you know, legs and arms down. Dude, building that zombie dragon, getting him to, like, get on the base, the old one for Flesh Eater Courts and, like, all that. Maybe one of the top 10 most aggravating things I've ever done. But this guy was very easy to build. But yeah, here, for comparison, all right, here is a Carnosaur. So this is a Saurus Old Blood or whoever on Carnosaur. And if I start their heads at the same spot, the tails go, and then it kind of looks like they're the same, but they're actually not. His tail ends right about here. So this is like a full, how long would this be? Like this much more, which doesn't seem like a lot, but once you're like on the battlefield and like in combat and people are trying to get around you, they're just like, dude, your tail's in the way. And you're like, sorry. Can't help it. It's there. So he's just big. I mean, if you compare him to, I have Kragnos here. Obviously, Kragnos is going to be taller, but just like, look at this. His tail's like hooking the Carnosaur back there. Like he's taller, but still, look at this. He's like the base size. Like he's just got a big chunk. He's almost like 2 Kragnoses wide or tall. Like, look at that. You got Kragnos back here. All right, if I line this up, I guess you have Kragnos' tail as well. But still, he's like that and that. My main point is that this dude is very long. Almost to like a crazy point. I guess I could have bumped this little piece up a bit more, but like, even then, that's like, what, another index finger of space? Like, okay, cool, you still have this entire tail coming up, but... And then, actually, I didn't even put the guy on top. The priest guy who's going to be up here. I'm building the priest one. So he'll be even higher up. So he's probably going to be the same height as the Carnosaur. So I'd say the Carnosaur is probably the closest comparison. Maybe... Yeah, you know what? I think it's actually pretty close with the Carnosaur. He's a little, like, flatter, a little more crocodile-y. But I really love this model. I think it's fantastic. So I'm excited to use that. Let me go back over here now. Sorry, this is extremely unprofessional, but you know what you're getting into when you come to this YouTube channel. All right, there we go. Anyway, here I am again. So my main point here is that I really love what they're doing with Old World. It seems like they're taking a lot of the things people didn't like in fantasy and kind of changing. I know casting is like completely overhauled. It's a little more Sigmar style casting. One thing that I actually really love is there is a like magic resist system, which I was like, dude, this should be an Age of Sigmar, where if you can't, I believe I didn't like fully read it. All right, I kind of glanced through the book. Right, it's a big book. All right, I'm already terrible at rules, but from what I understand, a unit has like a magic resist trait. And you are able to, if you cast a spell at them, they have like a 3-up ignore. It's almost like a ward save where it's like, oh, on a 4-up I ignore the spell, on a 3-up I ignore the spell. So it's like a built-in magic resist for that unit. And I was like, dude, this would like be really good in Age of Sigmar. Like I would love if specific units in Age of Sigmar had built-in magic resist, and it would help balance magic out a lot. I was like, I don't know. Some units actually do, like some units such as Kragnos actually have the spell ignore, right? So some units kind of have it built in, but I think having an actual magic resist type thing would be pretty sick. So, I mean, we'll see how it works in Old World, but it seems like it is a pretty steep learning curve, even for somebody like me who plays a game of Warhammer like once a week typically, sometimes 2, typically 1. But I'm just pumped to learn it. I'm pumped to see how fun it is, like building different armies and lists and getting, you know, all these different customizable things, and, you know, actually getting to play Tomb Kings, right? Tomb Kings are back, so that's pretty cool as well. So let me know your opinions and thoughts down in the comments section below. I'm pretty excited, and hopefully you are too. Obviously, I'm a Tomb King I don't really care about Bretonnians. I don't like humans. If you have watched this channel, you have definitely realized that. And I'm excited to crush the Bretonnians with numerous types of armies: Tomb Kings, Lizardmen, Skaven, Beastmen, you name it. So thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. So yeah. Also, I'll probably show off my army once I build the whole thing, but it's going to take a bit. Yeah.